So here we are on Watauga, April 25th. We really have fish in all three phases, pre-spawn, spawn, some in post-spawn. Dad and I had found our best situation down the lake where the water was a little bit cooler. We were focusing in on pre-spawn fish. Now this morning was one of those magical mornings where you get a limit within 30, 40 minutes. And the spinnerbait was that key bait that we were targeting laydowns with and slow rolling it to get those bites. And again, you can see by the bellies on these fish that most of them are pre-spawn fish, whether they be spotted bass or smallmouth. But the key was slow rolling that spinnerbait down those laydowns.
248. Yep. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a...
Now, one piece of technology that I want to put a plug in for here is a hydro wave. I love our hydro wave. Now, I especially think it's important to have during the shad spawn.
No, I was saying, there we go. Getting
one thing I think is key here during this pre-spawn spawn time is for followers. Fish like what you just saw here, I think are following.
Yeah, you heard your friend come in, didn't you?
That sound. Here in just a second, on the next catch, you're going to see us respond to a disturbance next to the boat, which is actually a loon. And that loon had come into the trolling motor following that bait fish noise, and then came back up once he realized that it wasn't actually bait fish, it was the trolling motor. So that hydro wave is important for followers, but again, I really like it during the shad spawn and during the fall of the year when those fish are feeding up on bait fish.
Hey. That was right here. Oh, that's that loon. Oh, that's a good one. Whoa. Okay. All right. Shut that door before they get out of there. He's going on the fatty side. When you got that stank on you, you got that stank on you. Dude, I am rolling that thing so slow right now. I thought it did. They seem to be loving these long laydowns out here. Oh gosh. Alright guys, let's take a look what I'm throwing really quick. This is a Pepper Custom 1/2 ounce white with some chartreuse. I actually changed out the blade, went to a size 5. So got a little Kitech trailer in there. It's a 3.8 and smallmouth magic. That's the deal right now. Slow rolling that around these laydowns. Retie.
Now, one thing I'll add to that really quick is when we were out here practicing on Wednesday, Dad was the one getting all the bites on the spinnerbait. And he was actually throwing a spinnerbait with a larger blade than what I originally had on that Pepper Custom, and that's why I upgraded to that larger blade. So I do think that that size 5 blade helped me out. That little bit bigger flash, a little bit bigger disturbance in the water was a big help. So upsizing that blade made a big difference.
You gonna put in the little guy side?
Oh, that's a good one.
Man, I don't know if he's that good or not.
Yeah, he might be bigger than... Yeah, he's definitely bigger than 2 pounds. Now, after that flurry in the morning with that spinnerbait, it completely died off for us. I don't think we got another spinnerbait bite all day long after 8:30 or so. So then we had to start making some changes. I think those fish were really pushing up that had been staging on those trees. They were moving up onto the bank a little bit more. You see that we catch one off the bed here on the worm, and we start catching some off the bed on the Kitech or close to their beds. But I was doing the same thing with that Kitech, slow rolling it, filling the bottom, letting it bounce across the bottom a little bit. But I was throwing a 2.8 in that chartreuse from Electric Blue, and we started focusing on these bare clay areas. And you'll see here that this fish, this one, I feel very sure came off the bed the way that she popped it and the way I was coming down the bank. And then you'll see one here a little bit later that we'll talk about that I know came off the bed on that Kitech. But we did have to make that adjustment to go a little bit more finesse than we had that morning. Again, that morning was all about the spinnerbait. It was quick. We had our limit by 7:10. We started at 6:30 that morning. So at this point we're culling up, but again, we're just culling up ounces or maybe tenths of a pound or so. So it was very hard to find a kicker bite, and we never found that good 4-pounder. And there were several guys that weighed in 4-pound fish in the club that day, but we just never could find that one big kicker. We had a bunch of fish that were about the same.
I was like, I don't know if he's in there. Oh, dang, he's bigger than I thought he was. Yeah. You may want to get right there and move it. Oh, not quite.
Not really.
Nope, 268.
Oh, man.
But he will bump us.
Number 1 out?
Yep, bumps us up a couple tenths. Yep.
Now here we got some more footage from the Harveys. I love the fact that they got a camera in their boat as well, so we can kind of see some different dynamics throughout the day. But you saw that they had a fish on a spinnerbait earlier as well. They didn't quite have the flurry that we had. They actually had a little bit slower day, but they found these fish on the worm on these clay points and stuff later on in the day, and were able to fill out their limits. So again, you kind of see that adjustment that they made to go to more of a finesse, and these fish moving up throughout the day and just constantly changing positions was key. In this section of the video, it's one I really debated putting in there because the video quality is horrible with the water droplet in the way. But you're going to see me set the hook here in just a second. And this is with the Kitech, and I just missed that fish. But it's very important this time of year to pay attention to where you made a cast and where your line was coming down, where that bait was coming down the bank. Because when I missed that fish, I had felt her swimming off with it. So I flip back into that exact same spot and I pull it down that bank very, very slowly. Even though it's a Kitech, I'm almost working like a worm. and she'll pick it up. And as soon as she popped it, I set the hook into her, and it's an upgrade for us here towards the end of the day.
Oh, my sunglasses got wet. Come on, sweetheart. We need you. She helps, but dang it, it's not enough. All right, where we at?
286.
280. Who is she? Number one?
Yeah.
Overall, it was a great day out there on Watauga for the Tennessee Christian Bass Anglers. I think we had like 7 bags over 15 pounds. Congratulations to Noah and Wayne Winchester for their win with 1780, I think it was. Second place was Blake Huggins and Josh Davis with 16.5. And then Steve Legg and Chris Blevins were right behind them in third, I think with 1610. So we actually ended up finishing fourth with right at 16. I think we had 1599. And the Harveys were right behind us in fifth. So it was a good day. It was a day of making adjustments. Starting out with that spinnerbait, a little more power fishing scenario, and switching up to a little bit more finesse. I had been on a big swim bait / glide bait bite earlier in the week out there on Wednesday, but that never materialized on this tournament day. But we kept changing, kept looking for different areas. But ultimately, that worm played for a lot of people, swim baits as well. And as you can see here with the Harveys with us, focusing on that clay and then lay downs in those areas as well was very important for us to get our bites.